Villagers, thank you for love and support. I appreciate you all. Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso are all in all, our saviors, our protectors, our messiahs, the unifiers, the most loved, Assimi Greater, Abdurrahman Chiani, and Ibrahim Traore have given us an amazing news again. These three nations team up together to open a common bank. Yes, you heard me, a common bank. A Bank of Africa. You see, these three nations are part of the Francophone nations, and France was their colonial master, or is their colonial master. France was the one that colonized Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, and all other Francophone countries. And after that, France decided to go in agreement with them that if they will have their true independence, then they have to still be under France. France must control the currency that they use. So these currencies will be printed in France and sent back to them in their respective countries for them to use it for whatsoever that they want to use it for. And these nations do not have a bank. Their central bank is in France. So France controls everything of their finances. For centuries or decades, this is what France has been doing to its colonial countries. But this one, it is okay with ECOWAS, and it is okay with African Union that somebody else said you have your independence, you have your freedom, but the money that you'll be using, I will sit in my respective country outside of Africa and so determine where you save your money. Because France is getting a lot of money out of these countries. When they even save their own money and they are going there to take their own money, they still pay interest. It's like you go for your money and France is giving out your own money to you as a loan. This is unbelievable that in this 21st century, this is what is happening. And African leaders have been quiet about it because it involves the oppressor. They have never reason to say no to this kind of system and oppression from France. But the moment the people, Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, rose up to demand for their total freedom, our unions, African Union and ECOWAS, rose up to fight Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. They were ready to wage war against them for France, simply because they have decided to say no to oppression. But Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso stood their grounds. And you know, these three nations are doing everything step by step. We saw that they took their independence. They kicked out the French troops that claimed they were there to give them the security that they needed. Then we've seen them manufacturing their weapons, getting new allies. And now they are taking total control over their resources, over their currency. How can you say you are independent here? Somebody else decides the kind of currency you should use in your country and where you should keep your money. This doesn't make sense. So now they're at the stage where they have come together to open a common bank, to have their own currency. Then they will say bye-bye to France. So why would the Francophone nations still be using a currency printed to them by their oppressor? This is something that Africa should have come together collectively and kick against it. But no, our leaders are quiet and happy that the oppressor is still oppressing the same people that it claimed it has given independence to. This is brilliant. This is good news. These people are showing the West that yes, Africa is capable and we want to have total freedom and total control. They are the ones that have really understood what true independence is, what sovereignty really means. We are happy that this thing is happening in our era. We, the youth, are buying into the idea. We are supporting them. It's not like the time of Muammar Gaddafi when he was trying to do everything, yet we didn't understand. And we were the same people that they used to kick out Muammar Gaddafi, just like they've started with Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. But we've seen that every plot of theirs comes out. We get to know every move, like the recent one that some people agree to give out 50 billion CFA franc to some group of people to overthrow Captain Ibrahim Traore. And these people played alongside very well. The military did very well. And at the end of the day, they were arrested. That is sending a signal that now we, the Africans, are ready to fight our own battle. It's like we are all tired, just like Nkrumah said that Ghanaians are very slow to action. But when they finally rise up to take action, they are unstoppable. That is how Africans we are. We might be very slow to act, but the moment we decide that we are going to act in full force. We still have traitors among us that still do not know what true freedom is all about. But this is beautiful. This is beautiful. That finally we are having our bank, we have our own currency, and we wonder how the French economy is going to behave, because the Francophone nations are the ones that are keeping the economy of France running. Without them, France is nothing. And that is why France is doing everything possible to keep these people money there, to use the money to be running their country. They have nothing. Without Africa, these people really have nothing. And that is why when we are kicking them out here and there, they still do not want to leave us. Yet they always go there and paint Africa black, when in actual sense, we are the richest. We used to believe that story, but now we have risen and we have come to realize that the opposite is the case, and we'll do everything possible to fight till we are liberated. We will see how France will finally do, and we are waiting to see the other African nations joining the Francophone nations. You have to all team up and say no to this oppression. Join Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. Have your own currencies in your country. You can't say you are independent, yes, somebody else sits somewhere and determine the kind of money you should use. This doesn't make sense, because they themselves are not using the currency that they give to you in Africa to use. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's so interesting. This is a new dawn and a new era in the world, that everything is changing rapidly. And we know there are a lot of people that will be so excited to see that Africa will finally be free. And we'll see how the West will end up. Let's please keep sharing, like, subscribe, and comment. This way, we'll push the message out there to everybody. When we are able to educate our people, will have the next generation's lives being better off than what we have gone through. So let's share to educate our brothers so that we can educate the next generations that are coming. United we stand, divided we fall. So that's the latest around the world. In Africa, West Africa, and in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso.